Must be din-din time, because these two are being buttheads, aren't you? What? You being a butthead? Yeah? So are you. So anyway, got a delivery today. If you are priming a car to actually paint it, this is the only primer you should be using. This is good stuff. Transtar is really good stuff. I actually used this on one of my cars, the one Subaru I did. I primed the bumper and the fender and something else, the wing, with this, and then Jerry painted it. And the paint turned out perfect. So that's good stuff. That's what Jerry recommends you use, and I listened to him. This is a 2K clear that you actually have to mix. You put the thing on the bottom and mix it, and I believe you have to use it within so long. I cannot find it on the bottle, but pretty sure, because it's like got a hardener in it. But what I'm going to do is I have a couple colors I'm going to test. You guys aren't going to see them yet, and then I'm going to try the 2K over it. I'm going to try like whole panels, because I don't want to waste this. This stuff's expensive. I think it was close to 20 bucks. And that was, no wait, I got it for 16, I think 16 or 17 bucks. But yeah, it's expensive, but I'm going to use this on the car if it turns out right. So I only got one can for now, but this is only going to be used on the bumper, the hood, the fender, and the fuel lid door. They're the only parts that aren't painted or are painted different color. Oh, and the side skirts. I forgot. I got the red side skirts. So I'll use this on it. But the rest of the car is silver or gray, so it'll be close to that. But yeah, I kind of want to go register the car so it's legal to drive. So I think I'm going to go take care of that now. Alright guys, I just got back from the title place, and the Eclipse is still not legal. Now, I'll tell you why. I didn't know this, but when I got it and I transferred it into my name, I did not register it at that time. And that changes the whole process when you do that. So I got title only. So when you do want to register it, you have to have, well, first off, you have to go to a place that's registered online, like AAA. So I had to go to like the enhanced inspection station that I go to for my R titles. I went to a regular transfer place, and he said he couldn't do it, and this is the reason why. And then on top of that, you have to, like, I was just going to take one of my insurance cards in from off one of my other vehicles, because you can do that whenever you do a normal transfer. But being that it was title only, I have to get an insurance card for that vehicle with the VIN number and everything on it before I put tags on it and register it. So I was gonna do that, but my insurance company, the office is closed now. I just drove by. They're closed. They're not in now. So it's not gonna happen today. I don't think they're in tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see, but it might not happen this weekend, which, you know, it's fine. I'm not really gonna, I didn't really plan on driving it much right now anyway. I still have work to do on it, but it was just gonna be nice to know that it was legal. But no, it's alright. We'll just have to drive through Mexico when we want to go somewhere. You people thinking that rapping is the answer, not like,
every time I come, a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing, because it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna dead it.
You know, like, but like wrapping a car is the answer. Yes, wraps can be good if you are a professional and you're trained in it. I've never wrapped a vehicle, period. It would look like shit if I did it. Plus I'd waste all that material, and I don't even know what it costs. I'm not even sure if I want to check. But anyway, you don't want to wrap over all that dead clear coat. Like, the clear coat's coming off everywhere. It's just going to make the freaking wrap peel up, and it's not going to be smooth, and it would look crappy. So that's why I'm not wrapping it, because the car has to be sanded anyway. So if you sand it, you might as well just do a paint job on it. I mean, a real one, but in my case, trying to save me some coin. So that's why I'm using spray cans. Alright, so I just put Saturday's video out for you guys. It's wet out, but it's not raining right now. Today I am going to perform surgery on the Eclipse. I need to cut out that piece of the core support, which I need to drill the spot welds, and I did go and buy a spot weld drill bit set, which, let me go grab it real quick. Okay, so I got these on Walmart, I believe, walmart.com, online. Try to get it open. It only comes with one actual chuck, I guess, but it comes with a bunch of these like bits like this, like mini hole saw bits, and this is like spring loaded. I can't really show it to you, but that's to center your hole, and then you push down on it and drill. Which that's really tough spring, so you really got to push on that. I don't know why they put such heavy spring in that thing. Anyway, came with,
Would you look at it? I was so mad.
All of these, a shitload of these, and came with a couple more center punches. I believe these are all the same. Yeah, they all look to be the same. These are a couple more of those center pieces. So you can replace all the parts in it. But yeah, and then you can just screw that off and flip it over if you need to. So that's what we're going to use. Hopefully I can get into all the spots and drill all the spot welds out. I'm assuming there's probably going to be ones I can't get to. But we'll see. My drill really sucks, and I just thought about it this morning, and they ordered Ryobi lithium 8 volt, one of those little mini drills, but I need to get an actual electric drill, not a battery powered one I can plug in, so I'm not worried about it going dead when I need to use it. I'm going to check the hardware store first, because I really don't want to have to drive to Lewistown to go get a drill. My dad actually has one. I can borrow his, but he gets a little grumpy when I borrow his tools, because, you know, always lose them. Oh, you know what else I have coming today? I wonder if my package came yet. I ordered a gimbal for my camera, so it's not like this all the time. So let me go check. I think it's still too early, but it should be here today, hopefully. And I'm excited about that. It was like pretty cheap for a gimbal, but it's a 3-motor or 3-axis gimbal. I don't know. I'll see if I get it. I might not even get it today. A lot of you guys are suggesting that I plasti dip the car. I'm not going to do that. I will say I do have the professional spray gun, the actual plasti dip spray gun. They had them on sale one time. I have that. I do know about plasti dip. I have done a lot. Some of my Veloster has plasti dip, like I did my badges and reflectors on the back and stuff. But I do have the professional spray gun, and I have never used it. It's in the basement, brand new, in the box, never used. But like, I got it, and then I got to looking into actual like gallons of plasti dip, and it's like, I can have Jerry paint a car for the same price I would have in using plasti dip. So it's like I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever use it. I may use it in the future. And I don't want to spray plasti dip over a shit paint job. It's getting colder, so I can't paint it outside unless I have heaters, or, you know, the garage is coming, and just I might have to wait on the paint. But I want to get all the red parts and black parts that aren't silver right now. I want to get them primered. So I'm going to have to go to a garage and spray those. My buddy has a garage that's heated, so I need to strip the car down. But Monday, the contractor's coming to compact this dirt, hopefully, weather permitting, and pour the concrete. He said all next week looks good. So he gets the concrete poured, and then weather will not stop him from building the garage. Only thing, I'm still waiting on the loan, which we're supposed to hear about this week. I don't know how long it'll take to get the money, but it sounds like everything went through good. So that's the only thing I'm waiting on at this moment. I know I keep talking about it, it's getting old, but it's like, you know, I can't do anything else. It's just a waiting game, and that's the way it has been. So I don't know how long this has been out here, because they normally put my deliveries on the front porch, but my O2 sensor is sitting, it was sitting out here next to the car. I was just like, there's a box here not opened. I was like, really? So I opened it up, my O2 sensor's here. I want to show you a problem I'm going to have with doing this core support. So I have been unsuccessful in removing this front bumper so far. There's one bolt over here in the fender that is rounded off, and it is stuck in there. It's tight. So I either need to cut the top of the bolt off or just try a little harder, but I need to get this front bumper off, and I have been unsuccessful to this point in getting it off. I haven't tried really hard, but we will today. Now it's starting to rain. What I'm going to do right now is I want to warm this thing up because I'm going to do seafoam on it. I haven't done it on this yet. So I got an extra vacuum line sitting on the top there. So I'm going to start this thing up and let it get nice and warm. Alright, so people wanted to know how to do the seafoam treatment. Get your engine nice and hot. Leave it running. Find a good vacuum line to tap into. I got a little piece of vacuum hose. I'm going to take one off the throttle body here. And your idle might raise or lower. Well, it will, because you're going to have a vacuum leak. And it might also cause you a code. But if you have a code reader, you can clear that shit pretty easy. So let me see if I can, I'll just go ahead and tap into one and start letting it go in, and it's also going to drag your motor down when you do it as well. Alright, so I already started it. You can see we're getting some seafoam smoke already, but you can't let it suck it all in at once because it makes the motor die down. So I have to do it in little spurts. Just do it for a while until you get most of the seafoam in, and then you want to shut the car off. Well, you want to rev it a little bit just to get it flowed through the system, and then you want to shut it off, and you want to let it sit and heat soak for about half an hour. Okay, we got her all in. She's smoking and spitting. I got the vacuum line back on. We'll give it a little bit of revs here, and then we're going to shut it off. Oh, I can't get the steering wheel up. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, she's a smoking. And she'll smoke really bad whenever we start her back up. Alright, so this is our last piece of the puzzle right here. Once we get this in here, it goes underneath this bar right here, and I can already see I got a spot weld here. There's probably a couple underneath this radiator mount, but there's one there, here, and there's going to be several others as you can see down around the bottom here. I'm sure there's some over here that go on, but once this is in, then everything will be perfect. We can bolt the headlight in now. As you can see, it is zip tied in at the moment because these bolt holes are not lined up, which they're on here. So I ought to be able to bolt the thing on good, and we should be good to go after this. Nothing holding us back except for paint. So anyway, I'm going to run to the hardware store and see what I can get for a plug-in drill, and hopefully at a good price, and we'll get back here and we'll try to disassemble this. Like I said, over here is going to be an issue, but I feel like I can get it off there somehow. So that's the cheapest one they had. It was still more than I wanted to pay. After tax was $45, but whatever, it'll get its use. So now I'm going to smoke up the neighborhood by starting this up with seafoam in it. So now I'm just going to let this run for a long time, let it heat soak again, get warm, do some more revs on it and everything. But while it's running, I got my drill now, so I'm going to start drilling this core support on the ones I can see up here. I got a mess, I know. Get this headlight out. I will drill out all the spot welds I can see. I'm probably going to have to take this fender off, which I only have a couple bolts in it anyway. I need to get the bumper off. But we can do the top ones without going that far. Okay, so these spot weld bits are awesome. I mean, they go straight through. And the reason why it has so much spring in it is once it gets through the top layer, it pushes the bottom layer down out. Except for over here where it's still bolted. I actually went completely through it, except for this one. But it doesn't really matter because the part that I went through there is what I'm replacing. That's what this piece is. It goes underneath and then you tack it in. So I need to get all this apart now. I'm going to remove the fender and the headlight and all this stuff that's in my way, and we'll continue going. Alright, so my battery went dead hours ago and I was just caught up in work, so I didn't video anything, which, I mean, this time lapses, whatever. I mean, they fill in time, but for real. Anyway, get the thing running. I have the bumper off of it. I need to try to get that bolt out of that fender. I got the best fitment that I could get. That new core support piece is in. Right here are the pieces that I pulled out. This is all part of the core support. The new one is not welded in, but there's so many bolts that hold it, it's in place. So when I'm ready to like weld it in, I have the bolts in there, it's holding it in place and everything. But as you can see, the fender had just some place to bolt onto now. In all reality, what should have happened with this is that apron should have been replaced on this side. It was crunched pretty good, but the damage didn't get back to the motor mount. It's crunched right here, and then the motor mount and everything is straight. It got crunched down in here. You can see there's still a little bit of damage you can see right here, but the new core support's underneath. You can see it through these holes, and it's bolted in. The headlight is bolted in now, and they look to me like the adjustment is right. You get them down to the right level. They're pretty close. That's really low, honestly. I'll probably have to adjust them up, but yeah, I just did my best. I still have pieces to put on. I think I'm going to leave it just like it is. It's going to be a lot easier to scuff and sand this bumper off of the car, and I might just do that as a test piece to see how it's going to turn out. But yeah, once the boat quits squeaking, once it warms up, it's actually a very quiet car now. May still be smoking from the sea foam. I can still smell the sea foam a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I got the fender bolted on. I was going to take the fender off and the hood off to body work it, but now that I got everything adjusted, it's just going to be a pain in the ass to take it off to redo it all. So probably just going to leave it on the car at this point. We'll do everything on the car, but I'm happy with how it turned out. Now I don't have a headlight zip tied in. That was a pain. There was a lot of bending and pulling that I had to do over here to get it to the point where I could get the fender to fit and the headlight to fit. And even on top of that, I still had to notch out the fender a little bit to get it to fit right. And it still doesn't fit perfect. It's real close to the hood in the front, and there's a gap in the back. It's got a good gap on this side. But you know, it's like I said, without replacing that apron, it's very hard to get it back to place. I just pulled and tugged on it with some channel locks, pounded on with a hammer, and I got a mess out here. I did take the fog lights off. One fog light seems to be okay. The other one smashed, and I'd say this one looks like it's all right. I didn't try it yet to see if it works, but I don't know. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Whether I'm gonna, the bracket for that one is busted, so I don't even have anything to bolt it on with at this point. So I'd have to get the whole bracket and fog lights. So I think we're just gonna go without fog lights. I need to get this bracket off because the backing holds this in. I still have this plate from the other one. It's the bracket that the headlight or the fog light bolts to that's busted. So I need to put that back on and put my bash bar back on, which actually bolts into place surprisingly. So in a way, I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't put a license on this yet because it's not ready to be driven yet. So guess that was God's way of telling me I don't need my tags yet. So we'll be ready whenever it comes time, but I'm not gonna rush it at this point. I try to come around the corner and I gotta dodge a selfie. Look at this, gym selfie. Oh, I gotta take a gym selfie. We're going to the gym.
I'm not going just yet.
Oh.
For the Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Instagram.
What kind of shirt you got on there?
Arnold.
Looks like me on there.
Yeah, okay. You only wish.
Yeah, well, Arnold's old now. I mean, I'm on my path there, but whatever. That means I have to go get ready so we can go have a couples workout. You pay attention to that phone more than you pay attention to me.
Whatever, that's bullshit. You pay attention to cars more than you pay attention to me.
Yeah, right. What is mommy doing outside, huh? Go sniff the camera. That's his perch. He always sits on top of the couch, don't you? Do you want me to pet you? Pet you with the drill. He's like, what are you doing? Ooh. It's dead. So I'm headed to the gym right now. One thing I do need to conquer. Now, I had to drill that bolt out that held the bumper on the passenger side. So I drilled it out, got the bumper off, and there's 2 spots there on the fender where there is a bolt that bolts in, it holds the bumper up. Both of them are busted off in there now since I drilled the head off that other one, and I attempted to get that one out and I just bitched it up even more. So I might have to drill that bolt hole out. The other one has a lot of bolts sticking out. I'm going to try to get it to thread through the whole way so that I can take it out, so I can have one bolt that has a threaded hole. The other one I'm going to have to put a nut on, but or I could put one of those speed clips on there, which I actually have some of those. Maybe I'll try that. That actually sounds like a better idea. Yeah. And Stewie's patting my butt. Why are you patting my butt? Yeah, you just want to steal the show? Just got back from the gym. Decided I want to throw that O2 sensor in. Why not? Oh my god. Oh, heck of it. I got to start cleaning up. I got to take this car down to my grams and park it, but it's got to be, I got to have this whole area cleaned up. So I got shit everywhere. I just like throw shit whenever I'm done with it. Like I don't know why I do that. It's going to be different when I have the garage. Not. But and I forgot to plug the charger back in. But we need to clean up the ramps and clean up in front of it and stuff and get it up on the ramps again so I can get underneath it. And the way it's broken off, I ought to be able to just put my 1/2 inch impact on it, take it straight out, be done with it. That's what I'm hoping. But we'll see, because the end's broken off. It's just the end of it now. So hopefully that's going to be pretty simple. Not. Here is what's left of the old one. Like I said, it was real simple to get off because I just put my socket on it and turned it off. Here is our new one. It's a Bosch. It looks totally different, but it is the right one. So we are going to put this in. The only downside to it is I can't get the plug. Looks like that plug should fit through that hole, but I can't. I'm gonna have to really tug on it to get it out of there. So hopefully I can get it out without ripping the interior out, but we'll see what happens. I'll get back to you once it's in. Well guys, it's gonna take time. I'm not gonna clear the light myself. I want to see if it'll go out on its own. It started to downpour while I was doing this. I had to clean up my tools. Anyway, what took me so long is some jackass put dynamite down under the seats. And the wires were up under the, you have to go through the carpet, like underneath the seat here, to plug it in. And there's a rubber boot that goes on underneath there. I got it on, just had to peel that up a little bit, and I put a small slit in it so that I could plug the connector in. But my battery is gonna die. So anyway guys, I want to call quits on this one. It was probably a short one, might not be, I don't know until I edit my video. But if you like this, go check out some of my other videos, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Pizza!